Hi everybody, good evening, Rose here. Tonight I'm reacting to Foodie Beauty's live stream called Coffee Beeze. So I haven't reacted all day. I had some stuff that I had to do and I essentially had to take the day for me. I'm sure you've all been there where you just got so many things to do, but you really just need some personal time, and I really did. As you guys know, I'm going to be moving this month. I've been trying to lock down exactly when that's going to happen. So just been on the phone all day, making phone calls. And I also took some personal time to do some much needed meditation. For anybody who watches me, if you're going through a lot of stress or just trying to figure things out, I do recommend meditation. So I did some meditation today. Haven't done meditation in a long time, and it did a lot of good for me. So I'm happy that I did it. Also, I was holding off on reacting to Chantal today because I was looking to see if she was going to do something that was react worthy. Because as you all know, she does tons and tons of live streams a day, and a lot of it is just content. So I was waiting to see if there was something interesting worth covering, so we're not covering the same old thing all the time. And today she went to go see someone. Although, isn't it interesting that she had her temper tantrums just 2 days ago, and she did that one last live stream where she was talking about going to Natter's probation officer, and then the next morning she was in a much better mood. Isn't that interesting? And she had her meeting today, but on Natter's live stream, suddenly he's popping up with a whole bunch of fresh groceries. I wonder where those came from. Well, Foodie's still in a good mood, and she's talking about this new younger gentleman, allegedly, that she's seeing, although some of the things that she says about him just really don't add up. If you want my honest opinion, I think that this new guy story is a cover-up for her talking to Natter and her seeing Natter on the side. Because generally when Chantal's in a good mood, Natter is somehow involved. So she did a very brief live stream tonight, and then she cut it off and she deleted it. And I think it's because she thought that she was live streaming on OnlyFans. It was something that she meant for OnlyFans, but she did it on YouTube instead. And once she figured that out, she just cut off the live stream and deleted it. But it was her describing the encounter between herself and the younger gentleman, talking about how they did it 3 times. And before that, they had to go and get protection, and she had to drive him home and so forth. So it wasn't a long live stream at all. She got rid of it. So I've got to work with tonight is the Coffee Beeze one. So I'm going to cover that and give my thoughts on it. So let me just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see what's going on. And there's Miss Foodie. But before Miss Foodie, there's my cat Booger. Booger, hi baby. Here's my girl. There's the girl. Come here. Before I get deep into Foodie, come here, baby. There's the girl. Look at the baby. Look at the baby girl. Yes. You well-loved thing, you. Here's the girl. Chantal has her cats. I got mine. Hi, baby. Here's the girl. Little bit of Booger time before the Chantal time. Here's the baby. Oh, look at you like the chin scratchies. She loves chin scratchies. Look at that face. Look at that face. That's what your cat should look like, Chantal. The little love face. Ow, you doing? Okay. Enough kitty cat time. We got to get into the Foodie Beauty time. We're going to jump around a lot in this live stream, y'all. It's about an hour. It's not that long, but there's a lot of just, wah-wah garbage. So when I think it starts to get boring, I'll just jump ahead, skip ahead. So let's get to, shall we?
I'm not unblocking anybody, like, at all. Don't even ask me because I will block you too.
Oh.
Kate, welcome to Very Important Beeze. Where you set Beeze? I thought I watched.
You know what? You know what cracks me up about Chantal? She looks at herself as a sort of a queen character. That if she blocks you, it's the end of the world for you. Like it's a really big deal. I don't think it's that big of a deal if you get blocked by Chantal. I would look at that as a blessing if she blocks you. If you block people, Chantal, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like they can't watch your content somewhere else. You know, those people that you block, they can easily go over to a reaction channel and watch your content. There's tons of reaction channels. We're all different. We have our own unique approach to your content. Some are more spicy than others, but we all have our own approach. But the people that you block can go to reaction channels and they can pay for memberships on a reaction channel or not, or send super chats or not, but they can go into another chat room, be part of a crowd. It's if you're someone and you want to watch Chantal and she blocks you, it's not the end of the world. As a matter of fact, she might be doing you a favor because you're not being subjected to her intimidation and degradation and mind games and stress. You might have a much happier time someplace else watching your content, but the ego on this one, the attitude of, well, I'm not going to block you. Okay, the only person you're hurting is yourself when you block people because those are your paying members. So the more you block, the more money you're taking out of your own pocket. The only person you hurt is you, Chantal, not your viewers, you.
It's my face before going live, but I actually need to shower and like groom and everything. I know, I need to find my purse is somewhere in my messy room. Cheers! I put a spell on you. Oh, that's cool. Well, look, I'm glad, Kate. I'm glad you've been watching me, and I'm glad you decided to become a Beezer. Because Beezing is fun.
No, it's
Hi,
not.
Lolo. No, what would I?
You know, the problem with Chantal and her business model is that all she looks at is people that join up to her channel at that moment. But she doesn't think any further than that. Like she gets happy when she sees people sign up as VIPs, but the question is, will they stay VIPs? And if they do, for how long? You know, since her entire income is YouTube, I would be looking at anything that would promise longevity. You know, people paying their memberships for a long time versus just at that moment. She's lost a lot of people from her channel. She's lost a lot of people that were once VIPs and they were VIPs for a long time because of her behavior and because of her content. So she just counts on more and more people signing up, but she's not concerned with giving content that will guarantee that people will keep their memberships month after month. And this whole system of flying into a rage and blocking people when she feels like it, her doing that, she's not really inspiring people to sign up or stay signed up to her channel.
Who's Vegas, girl? Vegas the hall now. Change their social circle. Yes, equivalent of a drug addict having to change their social circle. Exactly. You know, like, hey, damn it, Amber. That's pretty much, yeah, I have to clean. I'm going to be seeing him later than 2, but it's going to be a bit later. I'm like, oh, I'll let you know when I'm done work. So, I mean, I have a lot to do today. Like, I really, really wanted to get on the merch and everything, but hi, Maggie. That's when I usually wake up at 2. It's like a full day's work for people. But not everyone lives the same, right?
You know, let's talk about this young man that she says that she's seeing. Is she trying to turn him into Natter 2.0? It sounds like it. I honestly doubt that this gentleman, this young man really exists. I really do. I have my doubts. It could be just another made up story. Do I think it's a coincidence that her and Natter were fighting with each other just 2 nights ago? And the next morning she's all kinds of happy and she's wearing her heart necklace again and she's completely calm. And then he shows up with fresh groceries the day that she disappears to meet this young man. Just too many things lining up. I think that the young man story is just a cover for her seeing Natter because she knows that this storyline of her going back and forth with Natter, it's old. Everybody's tired of it. They want something new. So she has to create a smokescreen for going to see Natter, going to talk to Natter. She's got to create at least a different talking point. It doesn't mean that behind the scenes that he and her are done with each other. It's just that for now, at least, she can't talk about him. But knowing Chantal, at some point, she's going to get mad at Natter for whatever reason. And then she's going to come forward with a confession that her and Natter are talking, that they've met each other. She's a creature of habit, big habits. And it's going to come out eventually that they are talking. And people are going to get mad. Some might leave her channel. But that's just how she operates. She's not about creating new patterns and changing your life. She's about keeping the old patterns and creating smoke screens so that nobody knows she's continuing the old habits.
So, but yeah, I'm just more interested in like peace right now. I cannot handle any more stress. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll find out if I can handle more stress. You're not blocked, Gasly.
I'm curious. Help me, Chantal. How is your life stressful? What in your life is stressful? You've been on YouTube for a long time. You got a channel for a long time. You don't work a regular job. You don't have a husband. You don't have a family. You just have your cats, which you don't take very good care of. But you really don't have a whole lot in the way of obligations or responsibilities. So how is your life stressful? The only stress you have in your life is stress that you create for yourself. But the way you talk, you sound like you're a very busy person with so much on your plate that it's overflowing. But I'm curious, like, how is your life stressful? Unless you make it that way. Because as I've said before, you're the architect of your own life, whether you have a regular job or not, whether you have a family or not. And if you design your life to be stressful, it will be. But if you design your life to not be stressful, it won't be. And you're making that kind of money that if you wanted to be completely lazy and yet get things done, That could be accomplished. You could hire a lot of people to do things that you don't want to do. You could hire people to clean for you. You could hire people to cook for you. You could bring people in to take out the trash if needed. You could hire people to take care of the cats if needed. I mean, that's the way to do lazy right. But you won't even do that. So how is your life stressful when you have the option to not make it stressful, one way or the other? You're over here saying, my life is stressful. I'm asking why. Why is it stressful when you have nothing to do all day and all day to do it? You can do anything you want, anytime you want. Let me know.
So, good morning, everybody. I guess my life is boring now. Peace is good. Yes, peace is wonderful.
It is.
Hi, Ted. How are you today? Are you guys having breakfast? I'm never hungry when I first get up, so I'm
Really?
always thirsty and I want coffee now. I think I'm getting old. I need coffee when I get up or I cannot function. Like, at all. A lot of people I know wake up 1 to 2 and go to bed late because they work night shifts. Yes. Just depends, you know, everyone has a different schedule. Peace doesn't last. It never does.
Yeah. Could I say a word about schedules in your content? Just some perspective that maybe you don't have, Chantal. Something you should know. A lot of people in the world work. They have families. They've got things to do. Ain't nobody got time for 10 hours of content to go through to keep up with you. That's why a lot of people prefer the reaction channels, because we cut the content down to where it's watchable and it's understandable. A lot of people like the highlight channels, that they clip out the best parts, the most interesting parts, put them together into a short video. So anyone who wants to keep up with you, it won't take all day. I don't know if you've thought of this, but when everybody was in lockdown, they had more time to watch you. But now that there's no lockdown, people are going out and doing things. They're going back to work. They're getting out and enjoying life. It's the summertime. People do things in the summertime. That's why I say it's a good idea to focus on quality versus quantity. Because although you may have 10 hours to do your content, the people that want your content, they don't have 10 hours. They don't have 8 to 10 hours to watch your stuff. They really don't. They may have an hour, 2 hours, maybe 3, maybe 4, but they don't have literally all day. Those of us that are not you, we've got things to do. I had things to do today. I had to do my laundry, had to clean my house, take care of things, make some phone calls. I can't sit here and react for 10 hours. I just can't do it. Can't keep up with all that. So when you're doing your content, keep that in mind, that just because you can turn on your camera and for you it's just no big deal, those people that watch you, whether through your channel or some other channel, they got busy lives. They got responsibilities. They have obligations that take priority. You know, keep that in mind when doing your content.
Because peace is always followed by chaos. I planned a trip.
Oh, good.
So I was hoping my aunt would be able to come with me, but she's still going to be in Jamaica. So she's coming back like the caravan ends on the 1st, and she's coming back on like the 3rd, I think.
So Foodie plans on going to some festival or carnival or something. I don't live in Canada. I don't know anything about it, but she's planning a trip to go to this carnival type situation. Do I think Foodie's going to go? No, no, because it's a public setting with lots and lots of people. And from what I understand, from what I've learned about it, there's going to be a lot of attractive women at this event. And that's something that Foodie cannot cope with. Being around other women, especially attractive women. She just would not feel secure or comfortable enough within herself to be able to deal with that kind of environment. She did talk about not too long ago going to the gay parade, it was in Canada, the gay pride. She talked about going, and yet she never went. So if she didn't go to that event, why would she go to this festival where uh, there's going to be a lot, there's going to be a lot of females there, a lot of attractive women. It might be very busy. How is she going to deal with that social setting? So at least for now, until we see otherwise, it's just words in the air until it actually comes to fruition.
Yeah. Or like at the beginning of August. The sleep medication, Klarna, I don't know if I like want to a trip to Toronto. Well, that's where Caravan is it Caravana? I don't know if it's I don't know. I saw it on Instagram an advertisement for it. I think you'll always have a bit of chaos because of your impulsive nature. I can change the hotel, but you know, Creek, you know, no one has. So. But yes, I have to do that too. I guess Caravana postcards and the Montreal postcard. Let's go to Jamaica. What's in the cat bowl? Golden kiwis. I don't know. I took it out of the. It was clean. It's clean from the dishwasher. What the fuck is this? Oh, joy fell on the ground. Oops.
Okay, I have a question. That cat bowl was meant for her pets. They're the ones supposed to be eating out of that cat bowl. What is she using it to eat out of? I'm sure she has other bowls and things that she could use for her own food. Why is she eating out of the cat bowl? That's meant for your pet's, Foodie.
Where'd it go? I'm smoking. Fucking wake and bake. If I wake and bake, I need to go right back to bed for like a few hours. Kiwi stew! And I look like a kiwi right now. Domestic life sucks, man.
No, it don't.
uh, I wish I was going on a yacht today. Wouldn't that be cool? I don't know. I love going on boats.
You do?
You're Mexico. Big boy P. He's sleeping. Down to it, my anxiety just says nope. So I really have to push myself to do shit. Like Cuba, I really had to push hard. I don't even know how I did that. Like it was like what was it? Like 3 in the morning and I still had like nothing packed. You know. But then I also get like I also get people love to see me like do things that I normally wouldn't do. But book a hotel that has a balcony. Meet up with Saji. She's probably gonna go to the Caravana. Maybe I'll see her there. I tend to stay in a hotel no matter where I go. You know what it is too, Jen? Especially if you're paying for a really expensive hotel, you want to enjoy it. You know, like that one whole night I wasn't even at the hotel. I paid like how much money for it? And then I had to pay full price for the next day. But I need a workout routine too. I need,
You know, this is just personal opinion. If you're traveling, it doesn't make sense to pay for a nice hotel, room unless you really, really need to. Like if you're doing things right, you're and you're traveling, the idea is to travel and see the sights. So if you're seeing the sights, you're not going to be in the room that much. It only makes sense to pay more money for a hotel room if you're going to be there a lot. And if you need all the bells and whistles with the room. So Foodie paid for a expensive hotel room, and she could have gone outside the room and shown us the sights and done things. She stayed in the room the whole time. And everybody is of the thought that she got the room for herself and Natter. That was the purpose of doing it. Because before that, the motel rooms that she rented for them to stay in were they were horrible. They were absolutely horrible, filled with bed bugs and filth and so forth. They were gross. And I guess she thought that by renting a nice hotel room that would be enough of a lure to get him to come stay with her. And it didn't work. But she spent the entire time in the room and didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything. Listen, Foodie, if you're all about that life of traveling, if you're doing it right, you use the room just to sleep in. And then the majority of the time you're spent outside your room, outside, seeing things, doing things, creating some good memories, some good experiences. Just going to another area and just renting a room, I'm sorry, that makes no sense to me unless you're doing something in that room and you're in that room most of the time.
I need a routine. Like, I need to feel good. But those sleeping pills are like no joke. Like, I'm so groggy. Are we daring enough to put I could put locations that I want to go. The Cuba karaoke. What's my prime? That means that's done. I need another karaoke piece. I'm a sucker for chilling in the hotel. No, they're just over the counter, like at Costco. They're like Beeze here. They're so. It's just melatonin and L-theanine herbal blend. Triple layer caplets. So immediately release melatonin, time release melatonin. I don't know. I start getting horrible ones. Grilled chicken or burgers without buns. I miss the chef salad. Because that I was allowed this on Weight Watchers. Her doing Weight Watchers possibly has soiled the idea of me doing Weight Watchers because I just remember her. Oh my God, scrambled egg.
Is she talking about Amber doing Weight Watchers? Here's the thing about something like Weight Watchers. Even a program like, say, Jenny Craig or Weight Watchers, even they will say, if you have a problem with food, if you have an ED, Weight Watchers is not for you because that's way over their head. Weight Watchers, it's meant for people who want to really get a handle on the portion control, calories, and so forth. But if you have a problem with food, if you're a binge eater, if you're an emotional eater, something like Weight Watchers will not work for you because that's something that's more intense and you need counseling. You need intense counseling. You need to talk to somebody, maybe a support group of some kind, because that's not what Weight Watchers is for. It's not, Jenny Craig's not for that purpose either. You know, it's just helping you get the food aspect under control to where you're aware of portion control and calories and nutrition. But it's not meant as a cure for anyone who is a binge eater or an emotional eater. That's something much more intense, and you can't fix an ED that way. I feel that's the reason why Amberlynn Reed, when she was doing the Jenny Craig, doing the Weight Watchers, it did not work for her. And that's why it would not work for Chantal, because that is a multi-level complex problem that starts up here and in here, not down here in your stomach. Your problem is not your stomach. That's not where the emotional eating, the binge eating is coming from. It's your triggers. It's the stuff in your head. It's stuff that might be wrapped up around food. You might use food as nostalgia, as comfort, as something you use to deal with moments that make you upset or make you sad or make you angry. You're using food as something to calm you down. Weight Watchers and Jenny Craig, they can't handle that stuff. It's out of their ballpark. So no, Weight Watchers would not work for you, Chantal, or Jenny Craig, or any other diet type program. You got to get your head right. You got to address what's going on in your head.
Hi, Lambo! Ooh, he just messaged me. And I'm talking to this guy who's actually in Egypt. But I can't. Okay, I don't know.
By the way, guys, her audio is kind of spotty here and there. That's not on my end. That's on Chantal's end. I'm just putting that out there. So if her audio sounds bad, it's not from me. That's her phone or her microphone.
Started a new Facebook account. Every time I do, I have to like watch for spam people from like the Middle East adding me on Facebook, and then they call me incessantly and send me sexual. I answer, and this guy.
Okay, so I have a Facebook account, and it's not that hard to lock down your account to where only people on your friends list can contact you. And even if, say, some random guys are they're sending their friend requests through, you don't have to accept them. I've gotten friend requests on Facebook for people. I'm like, who is this person? I don't accept the friend request though, because I don't know who it is. So she's sitting there accepting people onto her friends list, don't know who they are. And as far as the video phone calls, I don't think anybody can just call you out of the blue. You have to accept that too.
I shoved his wiener right in my face. It was like humongous. I'm like, what the hell? And me, when I see
something. Listen, why are you accepting friend requests from guys that you don't know? Obviously you're getting the conversation started. You're mean to tell me that some random guys are adding you, and right from the jump they're showing you their package? You know what I think? I think you're lying right now. I think that you are just adding random guys on Facebook, just looking for a play partner online, and maybe you're saying things, maybe you're doing things to make them do those sort of things. That's what I think.
Something like that. I can't hide my surprise. I'm like, this is my huge day.
And you can't tell me that doesn't make you happy. Guys just showing you their business. Whereas someone like me, if somebody did something like that to me, I'd be like, instant block. Bye. Not turned on by that at all, bro. I don't consider that a compliment. Because if a guy is showing you his business right from the jump without even a hi or hello, he don't want to get to know you. He's just in the mood, and he's deciding without asking that you must be in the same mood. He don't care nothing about you. He just wants to get his rocks off. Yeah. Someone like me would block somebody like that. You would just be incredibly happy because you're so thirsty for attention.
I'm sorry to talk about this over breakfast.
Oh, you're
I hope
not
it doesn't
sorry.
flare up your fibromyalgia. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. What is fibro? I always hear people that have fibromyalgia. Is it like an immunity disorder? Justice for the small peens out there. Look, if you're small, a small peen will work. But I'm not small. Hey, don't you harass BB angels. Look at this. We need to catch him on. What are you doing? Jan? Yeah, Gemini Gem. What do you mean this is proper breakfast talk? So, anyway. Never be in my bowl. Why are you so handsome? Does anybody know? I run out of the car because I cannot stand people throwing up. I have like a fear of vomit, like seeing people vomit. I hate it. So I run out of my car. Sometimes we just find that's true. And then I come back and all these people were huddled around him throwing up and they were like all concerned. So they call an ambulance because he wouldn't stop throwing up. And then I followed them to the hospital and there was like I was in a hallway full of like hospital doors. Like you know how like it was just like a never ending hospital corridor and I could just like sense sickness and it was just I hate it. I always dream about hospitals. And then like
Maybe you're afraid of hospitals because you know your health is so bad that if you went to the doctor, he's going to tell you something or a bunch of things you don't want to hear. I mean, you used to love going to the hospital, going to the ER. Every other week it was an ER visit, especially when you got in trouble. You would do something to make people angry, and then you would divert everybody's anger to stop being angry at me and feel sorry for me. And you would go to the ER or at least pretend to, but you haven't done that in the longest because you know your health sucks. You know you're doing wrong to your body. You know you're gaining a bunch of weight. You know your health is getting worse. And you are scared to death of what that doctor is going to tell you. You're scared. And so you won't go back.
and then I could hear him still throwing up. Amber, I know. I always dream about sickness and vomiting and him. He's usually in my dreams every single night. But like were you in your car or a different car? Take another coffee. I need to change the band-aid though. It's dirty as fuck. They're gonna be waxed off. I don't want to have anything to do with their channel anymore. So like even residual environment here. I'll hold you guys for now. I look like a potato right now.
Don't
I
insult
can't wait to hear
potatoes.
about it. Are you Turkish, Bula? An epilator, I know. Elvis tells Tammy does not deserve better. You fucking traitors. Am I a friggin' baby? I throw a tantrum every time. If you're gonna go in his chat, I don't want to talk to you. Where is your loyalty? I'm kidding.
You're not.
I feel like I'm being petty, but at the same time, I do need to create a different environment here.
Yeah, you do.
Set up an OnlyFans live for all the deeds. Actually, I probably will, yeah. I'm English, dad Greek, and mom is Turkish. What?
Number one fan says, what is your ideal environment? Oh, you Beezers haven't figured it out yet? Here, let me paint the picture. Her ideal environment is for to have a crowd of nothing but enablers that don't talk back, that support her in whatever she does, no matter how reckless, no matter how negative. She wants to engage in multiple forms of self-harm, and she doesn't want to hear anybody's opinions about it if it goes against what she's doing. And she wants a crowd of people that would pay her lots of money. That's her ideal environment. That's what she wishes the most for her hug box. She wants all of you just to hug her all the time. But before you give that hug, give her money. Pay her for the privilege of hugging her. And how she's going to pay you back is if she's in a mood, if Natter gets her angry, she's going to unleash her fury on you and intimidate you and bully you and threaten you with, if you get on her nerves, or even if you don't, she's going to threaten to block you before you can't come back and talk to her. That is the Chantal environment in a nutshell.
Oh, okay, Lula. So that's why you know all the Turkish names. I was going to say turkey names. I'm such a loser. Petty girl. No, I just don't want, like, I don't want to have anything to do with their channel anymore. So, like, even residual people, like, who I know hang out there, I don't want people risking coming in here and, like, talking about them, or, you know what I mean? No.
You don't want people talking about Natter, but yet you won't shut up about him. The topic of Natter starts with you. You talk about him, you bring him up, and then your audience talks about him because you're doing it. By you doing it, you're kind of giving your audience permission to speak on the subject at hand. I'm sure everybody in your audience can agree they'd rather not talk about Natter. They'd rather not bring him up. They would rather there be other topics of conversation, but you don't bring anything else up, Chantal. There's nothing else to discuss. There's nothing else to point out. You're not going anywhere. You're not doing anything except sitting in your house, smoking your green, eating your food. And even those subjects have been talked to death. You need new content. You need new topics for content. Anything is fine. Anything positive is better. You don't want people to talk about Natter, then don't bring him up. Not even in memories. Oh, I'm allowed to talk about my memories. Yes, you are. But why? Why bring up the memories? That means you're still thinking about them. Bring up something else. Anything at all. Pick up a magazine, a newspaper. Read stuff on the internet. Write it all down. Bring it back to your channel. It's time. It's really time to change the record.
I do sometimes, but that's like just straggler getting out of my system, and then I always get myself baited into more drama, like my community posts.
Wait. What are you Stop. What do you mean you get baited? Girl, you're the one who makes the community posts. You. Nobody posts on your community post but you. You use your channel, your live streams, and your community post to get back at Natter, to talk to Natter, when you should do it on a freaking phone and stop involving all of us. We don't want to be involved in all of that. We don't need to. It's not our business. Nobody's baiting you. You do that to yourself.
Like a trucker. Trucker Joe.
Okay, you know what? We're done here. She's a bit boring. Let's move it along. Naomi says she's doing what I was doing back when I was 17 years old, seeking every guy's attention and thinking that makes me more attractive than other girls. I think many people more or less go through this stage between the teenage to early adulthood period. What I don't understand is that she's in her late 30s and still living such a confusing life. So what was she doing in her 10s and 20s? I don't know. But you're right. Usually you go through that phase in your early life where you just reached adulthood and you're still trying to figure out who you are and what you're about. And you're looking for that validation. You're looking for some sense of self-worth and just trying to find yourself and trying to feel like you're valuable somehow. We all go through that. That validation. Am I attractive? Am I sexy? Am I worth something? Period. It's just that Chantal has not progressed past that point. You know, she's almost 40 years old and still stuck in that 16-year-old mentality. And honestly, I don't think she wants to grow up. I think she wants to be like Peter Pan and just, the boy who never grew up. She doesn't want to be an adult. Maybe she looks at adulthood as being boring with responsibilities and obligations, and it's no fun. So she thinks that by acting this way that she's kind of still in her youth. I'm sorry, Chantal, you're not 16 years old anymore. You're almost 40. And adulthood is not so bad. If you can handle yourself, it can be fun. There's a lot of hard work involved, but it can still be fun, and it has its own rewards, but you got to grow up sometime. So not now, when? Lysol disinfectant says, Chantal, if you're blocking hate, then block yourself too. Try duct tape on your lips, problem solved. Yeah, she wants to block the hate from the haters and the people that are beezers that are going over to Natter's chat. But again, all the hate on her channel, she brings here first. She's the captain of the ship. She can steer it where she wants to go. Casey says, how sad she can't stand long enough to get coffee. She's right on one thing, knocking on death's door, her poor arteries. Can I just give my honest thoughts about the whole office chair in the kitchen thing? Part of that could be because she is having trouble at her weight. But consider the fact that she's got feeders that come to her channel. She's got the gainers, the guys who want to see her get as big as possible. And then she's got the immobilizers that they get a kick out of seeing people who are having trouble doing the simplest of things. So she might be doing that for them as well, just putting off the appearance of, oh, I can't do much, and look, I got to sit down for everything. So she might have trouble doing the simplest of things, but it also may be part of the act to get the feeders to stay on her channel and give her money. Could be a combination of both. I know that she's like 5 feet tall, and I think she's somewhere in the neighborhood of 450, 500, and she's carrying a lot of the weight in and on her front, which I'm sure puts a strain on her back. Like, I'm sure her spine is just screaming for relief. It's got to hurt the back to carry so much weight in front. But her sitting down all the time, it might be for comfort. It might be for the fetish people. It's hard to say. Carolina says, you really need to start taking small doses of edibles and waiting at least 2 hours to feel the effect of it. You overdose because you don't get an instant reaction. I write this because you said medication or anxiety only leaves you feeling like a zombie. You have to force yourself to have self-control. Breathe. Yeah, you know what? As far as the edibles, I don't think for Chantal the edibles are a good idea just because she's looking for that instant gratification. And with edibles, they do take a while to kick in. And she's not patient. She just can't wait. And she tries to use edibles as a way to show off for the audience. Like, ho ho, look how much I can do. They're not meant as a tool to show off. They are meant as something to help relax you and calm you down. And you really don't need that much. Eating 1,000 milligrams of edibles is just stupid. It's a waste. I would think that if she's going to do the green, the best thing to do is to smoke it in some way. That way she's getting the effect of it immediately and she can gauge, do I need more or don't I? You know, like doing too many edibles, she's just wasting money. Because you go from a place of wanting to relax to being a zombie. You're not even able to feel the relaxation. You're just so greened out of your head, you can't even see straight. Lilith says, so you're just going to block people because they disagree with you or are trying to give you good advice? Yep. Okay. But you treat people, your people, just fine. Uh-huh. Oh, look, Foodie replied to that. Jessica says she's been doing that for years. She has to be in control, her way or no way. Yep, that's true. Lucille says just Beezers. She doesn't care about this comment section. Yes and no. When Foodie gets it in her head that she doesn't want to deal with whatever backlash of anything she's done, she'll turn the comments off. Foodie replies to that, no, I block hate. Well, according to Foodie, truth is hate. Reality is hate. Anybody bringing truth and reality to Foodie, that's hate. She calls that fat shaming. She calls that shaming. She calls that bullying. So truth and reality of any kind is hate. She's going to flip it around to where you are in the wrong for airing your opinion about something that she put on her public platform. No matter how nicely you say it, it's still hate and it's still bullying. She's going to paint herself the victim and say, you're being mean and you're hating on me. No, 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 people are just giving their opinion because it's a public platform, which they're free to do so. Let's see. Aquarius Dean says, man, she and Stephen Asante would really vibe together. That would be content. Woo! Stephen Asante and Foodie together. What a power couple they could make. The two of them in one room, that there'd be content for days off those two. Those two are train wrecks separately, but together they would be the new power couple of YouTube. Freya says, has she canceled imaginary 23-year-old yet? Wait for it. I'm not feeling good. I'm tired. I'm just not ready. Which one will it be? Or maybe a new excuse. I think she's still doing the whole young guy, we're having sex storyline right now, trying to paint herself the femme fatale. Oh, look at me. Not only do I have a guy chasing me, but he's younger than me. It's not the flex you think it is, Foodie. Given how you are and who you are and the way you carry yourself, it's not the flex you think it is. You may think it's a flex. You may think it's painting a picture of he's a younger guy and younger guys can go after women their own age and look, he's into me. You may think that's how the flex looks to other people, but to those of us watching you, what it looks like is you are someone on YouTube. You're desperate for attention. You're not going after guys your own age. You're looking for the younger guys that are in need of money or assistance. And those are the guys that you're targeting. You know, it looks predatory because it is predatory. You are not a well-kept, well put together older woman who's got her act together, who's in control. You're a train wreck that you're just looking for anybody to hang out with. That's how it is, and that's how it looks. Carol Carrot says, if you think someone's hot, odds are they aren't. After all, you thought Natter was so good looking. Yeah, remember how she described Natter? She said he's so good looking and got a washboard stomach. And we were all curious what he looked like. And when we finally got a gander at him, we're like, really? You thought that was good looking? Okay. Yeah, her idea of good looking is different than the rest of us. Spider Rico says, already spoke with Natter. Dang, not even 12 hours. Oh, Foodie replies to this too. Foodie says, proof? Ham-colored disco ball says, Natter doesn't keep your secrets, hon. Ooh, T. Miss Crawford says, at Foodie Beauty, I have all the proof. Now what? Ah, good catch, Christy. Christy says she didn't say she didn't. Nice catch. She didn't say, no, I'm not talking to Natter. She didn't deny it. She didn't deny that she's not talking to him. And remember what Foodie said, that when it comes to Natter, she'd rather not say anything at all. That way she doesn't get in trouble with Natter or with anybody else. She just goes silent. So that silence, she's admitting they're talking. Here we go. Foodie's all in the comments section today. Agatha says, is he 22 or 23? You keep changing his age. Karma Queen says, because he doesn't exist. Foodie says, who cares? So she couldn't answer a simple question. How old is this guy, Foodie? Is he 22? Is he 23? Why can't you answer the question? So she's not even answering that question. Miss Piggy says she's still talking to him. Foodie did not reply to that one. So, everybody knows you're talking to him, Foodie. We know. You were throwing a temper tantrum the other night. And then that morning, you were all in a good mood, girl. You were all in a good mood. So you throwing a temper tantrum and threatening to go to his probation officer, that got his attention. You guys got on the phone. You talked. That made you happy because that's what all of the raging was about. You've been trying to get his attention for the longest. He wasn't giving it to you. So, you know, you reached into your bag of tricks and you said, if you're not going to talk to me, I'm going to threaten you. And you threw the threat out there in the form of a video. He responded. I don't know what you guys talked about. Whatever he said made you happy. And you've been a calm, happy person ever since. But you're trying to talk about this new guy as a smokescreen for you spending time with Natter. Because isn't it funny that Natter was running out of groceries and you disappeared today, and then all of a sudden he's doing a live stream with a whole bunch of groceries? Girl, where'd they come from? It ain't payday yet. Huh, interesting question. What is the average weight of your subscribers? I don't know why they're asking that. You know, not too long ago, Foodie made a big deal about the weight of people that watch her. First, she said she doesn't want any younger women in her chat. Okay. Don't know why she wouldn't want younger women in her chat, but she said that. So she doesn't like the older people. Now she doesn't like younger women. She's trying to dictate to people how much they can weigh in her chat and what sex they can be. Let's see. Ross Wine says at Foodie Beauty, why do you use a slimming filter then? Be proud of yourself. Being proud of yourself is great. The picture of the Costco card and you in Pete's video shows us how you really look. To be you, I want to see the real you. Yeah, this person Foodie, listen, it's not uncommon for people to use filters and stuff in pictures. It happens everywhere. But Foodie uses those filters to the extreme, to where it doesn't even look like the same person. I saw a picture of that Costco card. I'm like, wow. Wow. I mean, she's not using the filters to, do different looks, to play around how she really looks. She uses the filters to change her entire appearance. And she does the same thing with her live stream. So when you come on camera, Foodie, whether it's a picture or a live stream, you're not being the real you. You are being the you of illusions where you're lying to yourself about who you really are. You're always trying to maintain this illusion of yourself. Oh, Kat says, sue him for not disclosing yet an STD. Uh-oh, Justbin says, funny when she was the spreader. Now, I was on Monty's channel not too long ago, and somebody asked the question that if you have an STD and you're in Canada, and if you know you have an STD, is that a criminal offense? And the answer is yes. I don't know if that pertains to, like, I got to spell this differently, HIV or other things, but even if it's not a criminal offense, if you know you've got something going on down there, whether it's a simple infection or an STD or an STI, you have no business having sex with people until you get that cleared up. It's kind of a jerk thing to do. Knowing that you've got something and you're being physical with other people, knowing that they might catch something from you. I mean, if you're going to go out into the dating world and do things, the least you can do is make sure that you're healthy and that your partners are healthy. And even if you are healthy, use protection. I mean, it's just, that's what adults do, just take care of yourself and be mindful and responsible with other people. So that's it for the comments. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment, please. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.